Hello indie game lovers, nerds and nerdettes, my name is Feniks and this is Indie Game News. Before we start, remember to check the video description for additional information. Today we look at Tycoon genre. As always, we're going to start with the updates of last month. Parkitect have seen Beta 12 being released to the public on the 30th of October. Beta 12 includes a large audio overhaul, adding stereo sounds, crowd sounds and music slider to the right settings, as well as fixes to a bunch of audio issues the game was dealing with. We'll see new path styles and custom colors to some of the normal paths. Developers added new building pieces, spires, dorms, windows, doors and clocks. Lights have been added to many rides. Part of this update we'll see performance improvements and big reduction in RAM usage by the game. As with each new release, we will also see several bug fixes. Parkitect released in 2016 and gathered so far very positive reviews out of nearly 1000 reviews submitted. Currently the game is sitting at a positive 88% score on Steam. Another game that has seen some good updates is Cliff Empires. Cliff Empires entered version 1.7.x of early access. We'll see addition of new buildings, the Parliament, Hotel, Academy, Mall and Oceanarium. We have access to new places of interest, the residential skyscraper, epic fountain, stadium and museum. We'll see introduction of mechanics of law in administration window. Some buildings are affected by night shift modifier during nighttime, making them work slower. Developers also added various mechanics to working regulations and migration of labor. Rework has been done to aesthetics and ecology bonuses from the buildings. Cliff Empire is the game in which you take the charge of a civilization after nuclear war. The world has been covered with toxic fog, and only places civilization is able to exist is high above the ground on the specially raised cliffs. Your job will be to develop in the parallel the economics of several independent cities, trade between your cities and orbital station. You will have access to 70 structures to construct in your city and 48 technologies to research and 15 different resources to trade. The game has been released on the early access in April this year and gathered so far 89% positive review score on Steam out of nearly 500 reviews submitted, with the recent reviews raising to 97%. Mashinky 4th era is here, so let's talk about what this brings to the game. We'll see new industry chains with 2 new cargo types, sand and steel. With addition of those resources we'll see new buildings, the sand quarry with 2 upgrades and the steelwork with 3 upgrades, as well as some of the new building recipes and factory upgrades. The 4th era brings you 7 more quests, an addition of new internal script director, so it's possible to add more quests easier in the future. 4th era is Advanced Diesel Age, which gives you access to 4 fast diesel engines that comes as a reward for the quests. Players will gain access to new wagons for sand and steel, as well as highly requested iron wagon. Buildings now have onboard cameras, 172 camera positions for all the buildings and building upgrades, so you can climb up the chimney and look around or even look inside of some buildings. Vehicles and buildings on board cameras now have directions and better transition between cameras itself. Now you can easily duplicate any train, either stopped inside the depot or running outside. Mashinky is a transport strategy game about trains. The goal is to create your own transport empire on procedurally generated map. The game has been released in the early access in October last year and plans to take you through 7 eras of train history, with currently 4 eras implemented to the game. Mashinky received respectable 85% positive review score on Steam out of over 900 reviews submitted. Okay, it's time to talk about releases of last month. City Skyline Industries released on the Steam on the 23rd of October and generated 81% positive review score out of nearly 200 reviews submitted. Industries does to Industrial Zone what Parks did to entertainment. Building on experience gained from the parks, developers allow you to create your new industrial areas in which you will be able to fine-tune your industry. You can now see exact stages of production. You can follow your products from harvesting to processing, storage and production, to then transport them to commercial zone and export out of your city. In the industrial area you can place highly specialized buildings to build and manage the production chain from the raw materials extraction up to the final end product. Industry areas are divided into 4 types based on the natural resources they are processing: farming, forest, ore and oil. These areas can level up upon reaching production goals, and staffing requirements. New industrial buildings include extractors, warehouse facilities, processing and auxiliary buildings, industrial props and roads. Unique factories such as food, toy, furniture, car and electronics produce luxury products and require a large number of workers, water and electricity, as well as input from your industries. Finally, we'll see 3 new industry policies and 4 new city-wide policies, as well as 5 new maps added to the game. Industry and parks combined add a new level of depth to the game. Project Hospital released on the Steam on the 30th of October and has so far received a great reception, sitting at 90% positive review score out of nearly 300 reviews submitted. Unlike many new Tycoons, this one is not the early access, which is a great news. I support the early access initiative, but I get tired of not seeing full releases anymore. In the Project Hospital, you take a dual role of being a doctor and a manager at the same time. Your job is to design your very own hospital. You can either use predefined models or tweak every detail to your desire, depending on how involved you want to get. Then you can jump on the doctor duty and actually work in the place you have helped design. You will need to manage your staff, ensuring appropriate skills and work satisfaction. The game features campaign mode, which puts you in the shoes of the crisis manager trying to save few failing hospitals, as well as a sandbox mode, allowing you endless hours of gameplay, starting from a simple clinic all the way up to running your multi-story hospital. Alright, time to talk about upcoming games. For a while, Tycoon and base building genre had a little romance with the old Soviet infrastructure, so here we are with the workers and resources of Soviet Republic, scheduled to release in the first quarter of next year. It was developers describe as the ultimate real-time Soviet theme city builder Tycoon game. Your job will be to construct your own republic and transform poor country into a rich industrial superpower. You will have to manage all aspects of your own republic with planned economy, including mining resources, manufacturing goods, construction, investment and citizens too. The game offers you ability to create your own industry complexes with loading and unloading station, storage, warehouses and factories. You will be in charge of building infrastructure and managing its traffic, including roads, railways, sidewalks, conveyors, rewiring and pipelines. Your job will be to wisely place and connect factories, houses and warehouses, and make the most efficient connections. Or not, it's a Soviet Republic game at the end of the day. Finally, the game will feature economic simulation. Prices of resources on the global market are changing over time as you play. One day you can sell and purchase steel for $100, but in few months the cost can rise to $200 or decrease to $50. The price of everything is connected to the cost of the work and resources. Foundation is set to release on the Steam in the first quarter of next year. Foundation is a gridless, sprawling medieval city building with a heavy focus on organic development, monument construction and resource management. The game features in-depth resource management akin to Anno, Dawn of Discovery series, expertly mixed with the city elements from Settlers, SimCities and Far Off, all topped by narrative encounters inspired by Crusader Kings 2 to create the ultimate medieval ant-farm simulator. The game is setting to redefine the city building genre. Foundation puts the emphasis on organic aspects of urbanism in the cities of old, powered by the Polymorph Games' proprietary game engine the Hurricane, which allows you for a full mod support and is optimized for thousands of moving parts that come with the building Hogomomo's cities. There is a fair bit of content from the game available on YouTube already, as developers already sell the game from their own website in its early access stage. I am torn when it comes to this game. On one hand, it looks absolutely stunning and I would love to play it. On the other hand, the price point is almost double of that of City Skyline, and developers already have 2 DLCs scheduled. I am always wary when it comes to bunch of DLCs scheduled before the game is even released. I think some city building fans still have a bitter taste from Surviving Mars and its DLC pack. In my opinion, you should stay cautiously optimistic and wait to see where the development of these games go. Okay guys, that is it in this month's indie game news. If you know of any other games that should be featured in the next month's update, or you release the game yourself, please contact me at writetofeniks@gmail.com or tweet to me at Feniks_gaming. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe for more. Nerds and nerdettes, my name is Feniks and it was a pleasure to have you here. Take care.